So we're here at Gamescom talking to SUDA51 about his latest game being Romeo is a Dead Man. I just played it, had a blast with it. So I have to ask, your games are just so iconic. Like from the moment you see them, you can instantly tell it's a game from SUDA51. So I'm curious to you, what is it that makes your game so original looking and playing?
その前にボスクリアした感じ。聞いてもらっていい？
For that, he want me to ask you, were you able to beat the boss?
Yes, I wasn't able to see the final cutscene, but I did beat the boss, yeah. I was on the medium difficulty.
どうだろうな。どうなんだろう。
Truth is, it's not really the whole, how do we make a game that's like easily recognizable as like a SUDA51 game or a Grasshopper game. It's not really something that we consciously work towards. It's just the kind of thing that happens naturally as we go along in the process of making a game. Writing up the story, developing the game itself. With the team we have and the way we make games, it just sort of naturally develops like that. A lot of it has to do with the stuff that we pay close attention to, like attention to detail. For example, with the trailer for Romeo's a Dead Man, we tweaked it in like half-second increments and stuff. We're getting exactly what we wanted to be in it and making sure we were able to show exactly what we wanted to show. And once we get together and make a game, that's just the way it kind of turns out. It becomes a Grasshopper game.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yes, it's iconic, as I said. So this game specifically, it's such pretty unique with the I think uncle it is that saves Romeo essentially. Grandpa. Sorry, thank you. And I was curious, where did that idea come from? What inspired the story and the characters for Romeo is a Dead Man?
でこれはもう皆さんご存知の通り。
Basically, it's probably pretty obvious, but we fully ripped off Back to the Future and Rick and Morty because personally, I love those IPs. I wanted to use that sort of dynamic and that relationship between the characters of Romeo and Grandpa Ben. That was one of the first things I decided to put in the games. It's
でもアイデアとしては、
And so for the Grandpa Ben, the idea for him is, I thought, okay, if we were doing like Doc and Marty, if David Bowie plays Doc, what would he be like? What would he look like? That's pretty much where Ben came from, is if David Bowie were Doc / Rick.
That's awesome. And I'm a huge fan of your games, Back to the Future and Rick and Morty, so that's a perfect combination. I love it. Speaking of games, of course, an important part is how a game feels. And this game in particular, all your games feel amazing, but this game in particular feels like really strong, like really punchy, like it's got a good feel to the gameplay. Is there a paradigm you have for when you design a game, or what makes your games feel so good, I suppose, is what I'm asking.
The reason the games turn out the way they turn out, not just in feel like you were talking about, but just in general, a lot of it has to do with the combat and action parts. And there's one guy at Grasshopper, he's one of our lead programmers named Hironaka. Him and another guy, he's a director named Ren Yamazaki. We've been working together for years and years. We give each other a lot of input, we bounce ideas off each other and stuff. And we have just a really deep and really good, well-founded, trusted relationship. For example, I come up with something for the story. Yamazaki will come up with something for like the story or the general narrative. Hironaka will come up with something for like combat or bosses. And we'll just kind of put everything together and kind of combine it into something that we feel, okay, yeah, this is what we want to put out. This is a Grasshopper game. It's not like a specific like process or like paradigm in it. It's just that relationship based on like trust and having worked together for so long and understanding each other. It just kind of comes out like that. Thanks for that.
Well, obviously another series you're well known for is No More Heroes and Travis Touchdown. And I was curious how it's been for you, moving on from that for now with Romeo is a Dead Man, and what you're able to do with this game and what you're aiming to do that you weren't able to do in No More Heroes or in your previous games.
まず最初の質問だと、なんだっけってな。
Alright, so first, regarding Romeo's a Dead Man and the IP in general, depending on how fans like it, depending how well it sells, depending on how everyone feels about it, it could transform into a full series or something. Definitely got some things that I'd like to do to Romeo in the future. But again, that's all to be seen, how it works out. Next thing is regarding Travis Touchdown. Travis Touchdown is, and I'm not sure if this fully properly answers your question, but I've always felt that he's sort of like a part of me. Like he's sort of like living inside me, And his story is ended for the moment, but he's kind of on vacation. Travis, again, he's also, to me, partially like his own individual, like living being, And being on vacation for so long, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the near future he starts getting kind of itchy and wanting to get back out there and start killing dudes again. And never say never as far as Travis goes.
最後質問です、馬野。
As far as something that I haven't been able to do in any of my previous games, I was finally able to do with Romeo as a Dead Man, is put really simply, space-time. I've always wanted to do something with like different eras, different time periods, different like parts of like universes and stuff, and there's different enemies that come out in different time periods and you can kind of jump back and forth between them. I've always wanted to do something that with that kind of construction, with that sort of genre, but I've just never been able to. But with Romeo as a Dead Man, finally been able to make a game that's basically that.
Well, that's amazing. It's been a total blast. Thank you so much for letting me play the game and sitting down with us to talk about it. It's been great finding out more about Romeo as a Dead Man. I can't wait to play more of it. So hopefully on Switch 2 maybe at some point.
もしかしたらいつかスイッチ2版も出るよっていう発表ないかなってちょっと期待してます。
まさにスイッチ2を今継承している最中なんですね。なので、
Right at this moment, we're in the middle of doing a bunch of tests and stuff basically to see if we can put it on Switch too. I personally would love to get it on the Switch too. I'm hoping it's going to work out. It just depends on the results of this testing we're doing basically. If Epic ends up working out for us, as it's made with Unreal Engine, if it works out on Switch 2, then we're going to do what we can to put it on Switch 2.
All right. I'll play no matter what though. So, well, thank you again. I appreciate your time.
Thanks
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.